All right, welcome to the second edition of the Daily Unicorn, where I call you and you can ask me anything you want. Workout, nutrition, fat loss, muscle gain, mindset, business, whatever you want to talk about, we're going to talk about. A quick reminder, if you want to enter to win, just like this video, comment on the video, and subscribe to my channel. So if you're on YouTube, subscribe to that channel. Facebook, subscribe to that channel, and every day I'm picking someone new to call. Today is Adam Crane from the Inner Circle. I'm gonna give him a call right now. He's actually been waiting for a minute, so gonna be 10 minutes on the clock. Let me just set that. So we're good to go. Start, and I'm gonna give him a call. Let's see. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see, put that right there.
Hello?
Adam, how's it going, man?
Hey, Jordan, I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. So, listen, we are officially recording. We're good to go. Thank you for hopping on such short notice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I saw your text. I got excited for the opportunity.
Dude, I'm excited, man. Listen, I appreciate, number one, so guys watching, I appreciate Adam's been in the Inner Circle for a long time. Adam, how much weight have you lost?
I have lost around 55 pounds now.
And how long has that been?
It's been just under a year. I started losing the weight around the end of February, early March of 2017.
Got it. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. So this is literally right around about an average of 1 pound a week, maybe a little bit more, maybe like a 1.04 pounds a week.
Yeah, I wish it happened on a steady basis, but it's been touch and go. Sometimes I'll lose a lot more, and then I'll even out for a month or two, and then make another big, I'll say gain, but a big loss, and but averaged out, it's almost a pound a week.
Well, dude, that first of all, not planning to talk about that, but that's incredible because what you just said is such a huge thing that most people misunderstand, and they don't really realize it. They hear average a pound a week, but then they expect that to mean the scale will literally go down a pound a week every week forever, but they don't realize that you just said sometimes it'll level out for a month at a time, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna take a little bit. If we go a little bit longer, then that's fine because I'm really interested about this. How have you been able to stay motivated even when the scale hasn't gone your way?
I guess motivation-wise, I just have looked at it as a long-term thing, like you were talking about with Brienne on your first episode. It's just been a lifestyle change. So I know that I'm not looking for a specific goal to lose X amount of weight by a certain date so that I can go on vacation. To me, it's a lifestyle, so I know my changes are long-term. And if I don't lose for a month or two, I know I'll just keep working at it, and I'll eventually lose the weight or maybe put on some muscle. And so I don't think about it in terms of, I haven't lost weight in a while. Am I doing something wrong?
Now, were you always like that, or was there a period of time when you might have thought that was not supposed to happen, and you would yo-yo back and forth? Was there a period of was there a certain time or a certain thing that helped you change that perspective, a certain thought process? How did you get to that point?
It took a long time. I in the past I would always want to lose weight. I guess in general to lose weight, but if I was going on vacation, I'd want to lose a few pounds so I'd feel better, and clothes feel better, and go on vacation. But having found your account on Instagram and then following and joining the Inner Circle and following everyone else, my mindset totally changed, and I started looking at it in terms of the long-term approach, making it a lifestyle change.
That's amazing, man. That's incredible.
There
Like,
were some ups and downs over over the years, but yeah, my mentality switched about a year ago.
that's incredible, dude. All right, well, that's awesome. So let me ask you this: do you have anything specific that you'd like to, that you have a question on, or that you'd like discuss? Because I mean, your mindset alone, from the perspective of a long-term shift, is very rare, and I respect it. And so it sounds like you know that you're never gonna fail because you're never gonna quit. So is there anything that you specifically want to discuss?
Yeah, when you sent me the text message, I started racking my brain for what I would like to ask you about.
Okay.
I got a little bit selfish in terms of, do you recall a couple weeks ago I posted that video of my deadlift attempt on the Inner Circle Facebook account, and I think it was 335, and I got it about an inch or two off the ground, and I won't say gave up, but I put it down. I couldn't complete the lift, and you commented that, oh, it looked like I had it, I'll have it in no time. I tried that same lift the next week, and same thing happened. And so I think in my mind, I got worked up in terms of making such a big deal about getting the lift in, or concerned that I might not get it. I might have psyched myself out. So maybe in terms of not motivation, but mentality or the psychology of the lift, is there any advice that you can give me about not getting in my own head about the lift?
Well, absolutely, 100%. So first of all, just I'm gonna preface this for everyone watching. Adam posted a video of himself in the Inner Circle Facebook group where he was deadlifting, and the bar was literally moving as he was bringing it up, but he put it down. And if you ever deadlift it heavy, you know what it feels like when you feel like the bar isn't moving. You feel like you're straining, it's not coming up, and you put it down, but then you watch a video and all of a sudden you're like, wow, that was moving. So that's what was happening with Adam, and I could tell he had more in him. So Adam, just the fact that you said, what is, do you have any advice on how to not psych yourself out? Clearly something is going on where before you walk up to the bar, are you nervous? Are you anxious? Is there any type of fear? Are there thoughts? What thoughts are going through your head?
Yeah, I think I built the lift up more than I normally do in my mind. The second time around when I tried to do that, I think it was last Monday, I got pumped up, but it's still in the back of my mind, or in the front of my mind. I psyched myself out about whether or not I could actually do the 335.
Got it. Okay. So, and when you psyched yourself out, I'm assuming a lot of things happen when you psych yourself out. And it's interesting because the idea of, this is sports psychology, right? This is a massive, massive industry and a separate field of study in of itself, where if an athlete is having trouble, if they're in a slump, or if they're getting psyched out, there's a lot of research and a lot of study around how to help them overcome that fear, overcome that anxiety. And number one for me, as a competitive powerlifter, the most important thing for me, there were two major things that were very important. Number one was understanding, and it goes along with diet, right? So we were just talking about how you're never going to fail anymore because you're never going to quit. Well, for me, one of the most important things that helped me become a very good deadlifter was understanding that just because it doesn't feel like it's moving doesn't mean it's not moving. It's a really important concept to understand, and it'll make even more sense when I explain it this way. In order to lift weight, your mind and muscles have to literally recruit motor units and muscle fibers. And without going into a massive science explanation, you can't recruit all of them at once. It takes time, and it actually, think about them being recruited smallest to largest, or weakest to more powerful. So in order to actually literally recruit all of your motor units, all of your muscle fibers, it takes literally time to generate that much force. So during the time where you're straining and trying to lift it and it might not feel like it's moving, you're literally in the process of recruiting more motor units and muscle fiber. Like obviously if you put 1,000 pounds on the bar, it doesn't matter how long you wait or strain, it's not going to come up. But there's a threshold where sometimes you just need to be patient. And it's so funny how all this comes back to the same thing. You just need to be patient and keep on going and trust that as long as you keep going and take a big breath, squeeze your abs, the weight's going to come off the floor. A lot of people, if they expect it to come off the floor and come up really, really, really fast, and as soon as it doesn't do that, they quit. The best lifters are the ones who are patient the whole way through, and if they get to a sticking point, which is what you had, literally the pause is called a sticking point. That's where people give up. If you can be patient and push through, that's number one. Like just knowing it's going to take time, and that's normal. And number two, this is what I always used to do when I was the head of the powerlifting team at my university. Every time we would go up for a big lift, and this is including in competition, every other lifter would be like smacking themselves, getting hyped up, like getting really crazy. And all of my lifters, we would tell a one-liner joke before we would, this is like in competition, we would tell a joke before we'd go up to lift the weight because it let us relax. It reminded us we're in the gym to have fun and enjoy it. We shouldn't let it stress us out. The whole point of being in the gym is because it's our escape. It's what we love to do. So I don't ever want you to be like getting nervous or anxious. Like a little bit is fine, but I don't want it to let it overtake you and even make it a negative experience. Like worst comes to worst, think, hey, listen, I'm lucky I'm in the gym. This is a great experience. No matter what happens, I'm gonna have a learning experience from this. And that can sort of help you relax and then be patient. And then, the 3-step cues I always talk about: breathe, take a big breath in, pull the click, breathe, click, pull, right? Big breath in, pull the click out of the bar, and then pull and just go, go, go. If you do that, I guarantee you that bar's coming up.
I'm going to look at it. I guess that would transition me into another question, is that once that happened for the past 2 weeks, I thought I might change how I was doing the deadlifts, because as of right now, when I'm doing 315, I'm doing, if it's 3 sets of 5 reps, my 5 reps are continuous, so I'll pick it up. I'll do my initial set, pick it up, and then go down and stand back up, do the deadlifts 5 consecutive without resetting.
Yep.
And that's what I've been doing to this point. But I start thinking maybe I should reset after every rep and build that initial strength off the ground.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important because the reality is your first rep, if you're doing it that way, your first rep is the hardest rep and every rep thereafter is like somewhat easier, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about it like this, your first rep off the ground is the hardest. There's no momentum. It's just dead weight off the floor. But if you're doing it continuously, not only are you using a little bit of momentum, you're also every time the bar hits the floor is hitting the bar and transferring force back into it. So you're actually lifting a little bit less weight. And if your weakness is off the floor in that first lift, then by resetting in between every rep and letting go completely, then you're going to get more practice with that first lift. Whereas if you only do it once in a 5-rep set, that's 1 rep out of every 5. Whereas if you do it for every rep, now instead of getting 3 total reps in out of 25, now you get 25 reps in out of 25, and that's just good practice. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
So
should I reduce, so if I struggle to do that reset 5 times at 315, should I drop my weight?
Yes, absolutely.
10 pounds off and then work on resetting?
Absolutely. So always lower the weight, never lift weight sacrificing technique. Always lower the weight, because that'll benefit you in the long run. But Adam, listen, my camera shuts off immediately after 15, so we're at 14:31. I want to say thank you for hopping on the phone. I hope this helped. I'm going to post this up tonight. Again, dude, thank you so much. You're a huge inspiration. You are crushing it. I appreciate you taking the time to hop on the phone, and I'll talk to you soon, all right, man?
Thank you, Jordan. Always a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Thank you, guys. Tune in, like it, comment. Talk to you soon.